Hi. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for the follow. Arigato. Welcome. Thank you for the like. Thank you. My anime waifu, welcome in. Oh my god. Suko, welcome. Hi. Thanks for the like. Hello. Sebas, welcome. Thank you for the like. Oh my god, there's so many people today. What the heck? Welcome. Hi. It's Odette, yes. It's Odette. I'll be reading today. Today's a storytelling. So if you would like to hear me yap to a very interesting story while we do some stuff in the background or whatever, this is a stream for you. Ichigo! Hi! Hi! Oh my god, it's been a while. How you been? Julian, welcome. Oh my god, there's so many of you guys today. I'm great. I'm great. Today's gonna be a very relaxed stream. Today I'm gonna be reading a story. Is on my knees. Today I'm gonna be reading a story. You're free to sit down, get some snacks. I don't know, do some homework as you listen to me. But I'm gonna start with the recap. I'm gonna do a really big recap for those who are interested to stay behind. I am reading a new book, and this book is called Suspicion. Okay, in Spanish is Suspicion, which I feel like it's in Spanish. I don't know. They're both. It's written in both ways because it's Suspición, right? Yeah. And basically, to recap, what happened is that we read the first 3 chapters, I think. We read the first 3 chapters, 4 chapters. I don't remember. And basically, there is this girlie called. I choose their new book. Oh, that's great. That's great. It's a story about this girl. She's 17 years old, right? And her name is Imogen. And basically, she lives a very nice life with the Duchess. And she goes, where was it? To her home place in the United Kingdom to visit her cousins and the rest of her family, right? But when she went over there, she found out one, that her crush has been taken by the one and only her bestie cousin. And so that was a really sad news for her. And the other after that, she also found out that she has magic powers, which Sebastian ends up finding out. And uh, let's say maybe she may have light up her house, and her family has passed away because of that, and some of her cousins' parents too. But 7 years pass by. She's back in New York, and she gets a call from one of her workers, I guess we can say, and they want her back because her cousin passed away and her grandpa passed away. So she has to go back and take her name and work as a douche. Yeah, I know cry because I finally got to catch it. Wait, what did I miss? Ah, I missed you too. I'll message you tonight after the stream if you're still awake. Welcome in, Anastasia. Welcome. Hi. Yoshi. But yeah, that's where where I left off, and I'm gonna start with the next chapter. Yeah. It's so cute. Thank you. Have you read The Red Queen? No. Is it good? Should I read it? Alex, welcome. There's so many people coming in. I'm not used to this. You have to bet. Just give me the author and I'll read it. I'll get it. It's a whole series. Bet. What is it about? Is it like mystery? Is it like romance? Oh, do you have me the book? Bet. You see. I love books. Um, I want to build my own little bookshelf collection. It might turn out to be a library actually, because there's too many of them. There's too many. It's romance and magic. Ooh, okay, bet. But I might like it. I might like it. I've been more into romance books lately. They've been getting better. Yeah. Okay, so hold up. I actually want to tell you what chapter this is. Chapter 1. I think it's chapter 4. Welcome, Jacob. Welcome. It's Key Romance Bed. Welcome. Hi. You came just in time. I'm about to start. I'm watching Markiplier. Hey, which video? For those who just came in. Jaco, welcome in. Hi. Oop, I'm late. No, you're not late. I'm not. I'm still saying hello to everybody. 3, 4. Yeah, this is chapter 4 then. Was cooking dinner. Ooh, that. But thank you for the like. Thank you. Okay, for those who just came in, this is a storytelling stream. I'll do my best to reply to every single one of your chats. Do not worry, I'm not ignoring you. But if you would like to have Odette running in the background while I tell a story, while you go do homework, or I don't know, do dishes, or I don't know, fall asleep, you're free to do so. You're free to do so. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the story. I'm watching Markiplier Alice too. Bet. Okay, so we left off where Imogen goes back. She goes back to her hometown to find out what exactly happened to her cousin and what happened to her grandpa, because both of them passed away, right? Oh my god, his storytelling. You're free to chill, relax with us. Yeah. So I'm gonna start. Before I start, is the music okay? Is it too low? Can you guys even hear it? I don't know if you guys can actually hear it when I speak. Can you guys hear it? No, I meant no. Oh, here we go. A little quiet. Okay. How about now? Is that okay? Is it okay right there? When I speak, that's good. Okay, but. Yes. Okay. So, the first chapter starts with no. I jump off the couch, scrambling away from Harry in horror. Lauren tries to comfort me, but I push her away, swallowing the bile of I feel rising in my throat. Hi, traveler, welcome. Hi. This is a storytelling stream. You're free to chill with us if you would like. It's impossible. She's only 2 years older than me. She was stronger than me, better than me. There's no way she could be dead. Please, Your Grace. I understand it's a shock, but don't call me Your Grace, I explode. I'm not anyone's grace. But you are. That's what I've come here to tell you. What I've been trying to convey for weeks now. Harry leans forward, gazing at me with an almost reverential expression. Your grandfather's passing means that you inherit not only Rockford Manor, but his title and dukedom. Hence, you will, from now on, be addressed as Her Grace, the Duchess of Wickersham. Also, don't mind, there might be a little bit of stumble. There are some very fancy words here, okay? Some very fancy words that I didn't even know existed. But yeah, that's insane. I look wildly around the room. Lauren, where's your phone? I need to call England. This has to be a joke. My grandfather and Lucia will be there, and we'll have a good laugh. Imogen, Lauren interrupts me. I don't think he's kidding. I look from her to Harry Morgan and back again, feeling as though the wind has been knocked out of me. My once closest friend, the cousin who so often intimidated me, with her large-than-life presence, can't be dead. Oka, digo, no, neko-sama, oh my god. Hi. Did I read this title right? Yeah! I'm reading a book called Suspicion. Yeah. The suspicions death of the cousin and grandpa. Yeah. But it, but it, oh, blah, 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 blah. But the pain expression on Harry's face is enough for me to realize it's true. And I'll never again have the chance to make things right between us. I sink numbly into an armchair. How did she die? My voice is barely audible. Harry briefly shuts his eyes. There was a violent storm last fall, the worst I've ever seen in Britain. The night Lucia told the staff she was retiring to bed early, but when the housekeeper went to her room the next morning, she wasn't there. Her bed hadn't been slept in, and there was an empty bottle of vodka by her dresser, leading us to believe that she'd been drinking again. The Rockford staff searched the grounds and found her body later that day. Harry takes a shaky breath. Her head had struck one of the stone pillars, just outside of the maze. So, she was drunk, and she died in front of the maze. Somehow she tripped and fell, and she hit her head. I struggled to comprehend his words. So, that was it? How do you know for sure what killed her? Between the dangerous weather and her inebriated state, the police concluded she must have fallen in the rain and hit her head against a stone. The autopsy confirmed the cause of death as a blow to the head from a blunt object. And while they offered to do further testing, your poor grandfather was too distraught and unwell to be put through anything more. For his sake, we asked for the case to be closed and dear Lady Lucia put to rest. Welcome in, Highland Queen. Hi. I'm going to be sick, I blurted out. I covered my mouth with my hand, stumbling into the guest bathroom. I do enjoy relaxing. Yeah. Afterwards, I leaned my head against the cold tiles of the wall, the room spinning as my mind filled with the image of Lucia's beautiful face, soaked in blood. I'm half cautious of Lauren joining me, rubbing my shoulders soothingly, but nothing gives me any comfort. A sudden death, the maze, is like losing mom and dad all over again. It twists up my insides, knowing that she's gone and I never apologized, never made up for the years I stayed away. All my guilt bubbles to the surface as I wonder what might have happened if we kept in touch, if I had been there for Lucia. Maybe she wouldn't have been drinking that night. Maybe somehow, in some way, I could have prevented her accident. After what feels like ages, I managed to stand. Holding on to Lauren for support, I slowly returned to Harry. Are you alright, Your Grace? He frets, jumping to his feet as soon as I enter the room. I sink into a seat facing him. I should have been there for them, I whisper. Not just at the funerals, but long before that. I'm so sorry I didn't get your messages, and that I was out of the picture all this time. I handle everything all wrong. And I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for it. I can't hold back the tears any longer. It's like a dam has burst. I bury my face in my hands, letting the tears fall and soak into my palms. I usually feel relief after a hard cry, but not this time. There's a painful silence as Harry and Lauren watch helplessly. Then Harry takes a deep breath and begins to speak. You can't fault yourself for anything. You were just a child at the time of the fire. And I was told that you were treated for post-traumatic stress disorder afterwards. It's no wonder you had trouble returning to Rockford or seeing anyone who reminded you of that night. He clears his throat. But so many people are now counting on you to come back, to take your place at the helm of Rockford Manor. I feel a shiver of trepidation at his words. I don't understand. Why me? Isn't there someone else? I'm afraid that with the fire and Lucia's passing, you are the late Duke's closest living descendant and last in the line of inheritance. Rockford Manor is tied up in entail, which means that if there is no direct heir to take ownership of the estate, the house and all the land will be taken over by the British government. He explains. In that event, the staff who have been at Rockford for decades will lose their jobs and their home. They need you. Can I be the owner or heir without actually living there? You have to understand, I haven't been since my voice trails off. I'll never look at Rockford the same after everything that's happened. I can't imagine being there without my family. Harry gives me a compassionate look. This is an awful lot to take in, I know. But unfortunately, the estate law requires the owner and heir of Rockford to live on the premises and run the property. Additionally, the people of Wickersham have always had a duke or a douche to lead local charities, host events for the townspeople, and most importantly, provide jobs. We also give tours. Oh my god. We also give tours of the estate during summer months and holidays. Rockford Manor and its family are an integral part of the lives of our local community. And that's something, if you don't mind my being direct, you really should consider. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Okay. Whoa. He kind of has a point, Lauren says under her breath. I have nauseously tug on your lock of hair. But I know nothing about running an estate or being the face of a town. I'm not sure I'm the right person for the job. You're the only person, Harry says firmly. No one is expecting perfection, least of all from a 17-year-old. You have plenty of help and instructions along the way. All that matters is that you're willing to learn. But Lucia, she was born for the type of life. And I'll be taking it from her. She will hate me for it. I shudder inwardly. Lucia wasn't necessarily intended to be here either, Harry says carefully. Her father was next in line, and if he and his wife had lived and produced a son, that boy will have taken Lucia's place in the line of inheritance. The fire changed everything and reshuffled all the cards. And now we have to make do with the hand we've been dealt. I can't sit still anymore. I restlessly paced Lauren's living room, racking my brain for a solution. But instead, my mind fills with images of the younger self turning my back on Lucia in the Rockford Cemetery, refusing my grandfather's invitations. If I declined my inheritance and let Rockford Manor fall to pieces, Will be the same cowardice all over again. But this time it will affect more lives. It will be it will be a betrayal to my parents. I won't. Can't do that. And in that moment, my mind is made up. I will move to England. I will do all that is asked of me. I owe the Rockfords my family that much. Okay, I simply say, I'll do it. I feel strangely lighter as soon as I've said the words. There won't be any more worrying or wrestling with my future. Debating with the Marianos about NYU versus a gap year. My future has been decided. It's not one I will have ever chosen, but the idea of fulfilling a duty to my father's family gives me a sudden sense of purpose. Something I've been missing since I lost him. Harry lets out a sigh of relief while Lauren gapes at me. You're doing the right thing, she says after a pause. Uncle Lane Johnson, squeezing my hand. But this is also weird. I can't picture us living in different cities, much less different countries. What would I do without you? Hi! I hope you're doing great. I'm doing a storytelling. You're free to chillax if you like. What would I do without you? I shake my head sadly. We'll just have to talk on the phone or email every day and visit each other as much as possible. Maybe you can make one of the rooms in your new mansion the official Lauren Fox guest room, she says with a small smile. Of course. If anyone could brighten that place for me, it's you. Let me speak for everyone in Wickersham when I say how thrilled I am that you've agreed to assume your title as estate. Harry says grandly, now, I have some papers here for you to sign, primarily the deed of inheritance and ownership. We also need to book your travel. How soon can you leave? The earlier the better, as it is not customary for Wickersham to be without a duke or a duchess on site for this long. Although I've made my decision, I'm still floored by how swiftly everything is moving and changing. Well, I have to graduate from high school first. That's only 2 weeks away. And if I plan to leave any earlier than my 18th birthday, which isn't until October, then I'll probably have to get my guardian's permission first. Right? Actually, no. Harry clarifies. Your parents will state that if ever you should inherit the title and estate, you may be considered emancipated and thereby live at Rockford, running the property under a co-regency until you turn 21. After that, you retain sole control. Seraphine, welcome. Hi. Brett lady, yeah. Hold up. I'm losing my voice. Wait. What did you do? I didn't do nothing. I'm just losing my voice. I'm reading. And my voice cracked. And now I feel like it sounds weird. Or was I? Actually, yeah. I stare at him, my mouth falling open. Why? But will my parents think to include something like that in their will? Before the fire, there was no chance of me ever inheriting anything. It's customary to have a clause like this for all immediate family members of someone on the level of a duke. Harry answers. In the past, wars could wipe out multiple heirs within a year. Fifth and sixth cousins had to be paired to assume inheritance. Since then, the precaution has stuck. I nod slowly. Okay, but that's a co-regency? It's another oh my god, these big words. It's another authoritative figure who shares control of decisions making with the heir until he or she comes of age. In this case, as a state manager, I am your co-regent. Harry smiles, but I promise you won't see too much of me. I'll be there to help you manage the tenants and staff and so on. I will make decisions about the property together. But aside from that, you're free to do as you wish. Jeez. And the thing just yesterday, your only prospect was being an undeclared major at NYU. Learn marbles. Talk about your life changing overnight. You're not kidding, I say quietly. I should probably go home and talk to the Marianos about all of this. I have no idea how the conversation with them will go down. But I have a feeling it won't be pretty. Everything will have been so different if they had just been honest with me. Would you like me to come speak to them with you? Harry offers. I can be there too, for more support, Lauren adds. Thanks, both of you. But I think I need to do this alone. I'll call you tomorrow to go over any other arrangements we have to make, I tell Harry. One more thing, Harry says, rising to his feet. Since you'll be arriving in England around the start of the social season, meaning you'll be expected to make public appearance and entertain guests at Rockford, you need to undergo a bit of a study. Duchess training, so to speak. We can fly an antiquity expert and put him up at a nearby hotel. If you make time for lessons after school. What? I squeak. You really want to spend a fortune sending an antiquity expert to America to give me Duchess lessons? That is too weird. I'm not the one spending it, Harry says with a grin. You are an heiress now. Don't forget. These papers you're about to sign will transfer the Rockford bank accounts into your name. As your co-regent, I'm tasked with giving you an allowance so that you don't burn through your inheritance, as so many young people do. But if I may be so blunt, an etiquette expert will hardly break the bank, and it's rather necessary. Meaning she's rich. Rich. Lauren and I turn to each other, eyes wide. It's like you're a whole new person now, Lauren says awkwardly. I shake my head. I'm not. They call me a Duchess, but I'm still me. I return home to find Coral putting the finishing touches. I return home to find Carl putting the finishing touches on dinner while Zoe sets the table. For a moment, I just stand in the doorway watching, knowing this will be my last glimpse of normalcy. What? How do you say that? It's spelled Normalcy. 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 Okay. Thank you. Normalcy before I drop my news on them. Before life changes forever. Hi, I call out. I'm home. Good. You're on dishwashing duty tonight, Zoe replies, giving me a smirk. Carol comes out of the kitchen to greet me, and from the way her eyes keep nervously darting back and forth, I can tell she's read Harry Morgan's letter, and she doesn't want me to know about it. My anger at their secrecy flares anew, but I force myself to stay calm for Zoe's sake. I wait to speak until Keith returns from work, and we are all around. No, and we are all seated around the diner table, preparing to dig into a roast chicken. My God, chicken! I have some news. I begin, my voice sounding funny and high-pitched to my ears. It's a good thing you're all sitting down. Carol's fork drops to her plate with a clatter and Kate frowns at me in concern. Zoe claps her hands together in glee. You and Mark are together. No. But I love how you think my having a boyfriend will be groundbreaking news. I'm just saying, it's about time. Zoe shrugs. Anyways, I continue. It has to do with my family. The Rockforts. Zoe, can you give us a minute alone? Kate quickly interjects. What? Zoe looks at him incredulously. Are you seriously banishing me from dinner right when Imogen is about to make a big announcement? Let her stay, I tell Keith. She's going to find out anyways. He pushes his plate to the side, his frown deepening. I clear my throat awkwardly and turn to Zoe. Zoe, I'm not sure how much of this you know, because we never really talked about it. And you were only 8 when I came to live with you guys. But my parents who died in the fire, they were part of a noble family in England. The family has always owned Rockford Manor in Oxfordshire. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Which is a mansion that includes acres of land, plus a local village where people live and farm. Wait, noble? Do you mean like royalty? Zoe interrupts, her eyes wide. No, but in England there's a system called, oh god, I cannot say that, called the peerage dukes and duchesses, earls and countesses, and they're ranked just below royalty. My dad was the younger son of the Duke of Wickersham, which made him a lord and my mom a lady. Carl and Kate sits frozen, listening to me with the look of dread in their eyes. So what does that make you? Zoe asks breathlessly. Well, my parents were alive. It meant that I was treated a certain way just because I was part of this family of dukes and duchesses. But then after the fire, the line of succession changed everything. Everything changed. My first cousin, Lucia, became next in line to inherit Rockford Manor and a title. So she will have been the Duchess of Wickersham. I swallow hard. But she died in an accident last year, which I didn't even know about until today. My hands shake as I speak, and I can't look at Kate and Carl, unable to grasp how they could have kept this from me. That's awful. But what does it mean for you? Zoe presses. Her death left me next in line after my grandfather, and he passed away last month, which I was also unaware of. This time, I'm able to look at Carol and Keith, shooting them a withering glare. Zoe's mouth hangs open. That means you are... You are, yeah, you're you're looking at the new Duchess of Wickersham and owner of Rockford Manor. I try to lighten the mood with a jokey tone, but instead sounds almost as terrified as I feel. Oh my god. Zoe, at least, seems to love this. She gazed at me as though I've turned into a celebrity straight from the pages of her favorite magazines. Are you serious? This is unbelievable. Don't tell me I have to bow to you now. Though, do I? Of course not, I laugh. I mean, people bow to my grandfather, but I'll feel ridiculous if anyone bowed to me. Like I said, I'm not royalty. But you are close to it, Zoe marbles. Well, I guess, sort of. The Duchess of Wickersham usually serves as a lady in waiting for royal ceremonies like coronations and weddings and stuff like that. I realize how completely full of it I sound, and I cough in embarrassment. Oh, go on, hi. Sorry, I know this is all so sudden and unreal, but I signed the deed of inheritance, so there's no going back. We have a sign saying please don't. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'm reading a book, so you're free to chillax in the background if you would like. Yeah. You signed what? Oh, wait. At my words, Carol and Kate simultaneously snap out of their state of shock. You signed what? Kate bellows. How did any of this happen? How did you speak to Harry Morgan? He wasn't supposed to contact you. Carol frets. And that's the part of the story I understand the least. I grip the sides of the table in fury. How could you keep everything a secret from me? I should have known that my grandfather was sick and that he and Lucia died. I should have been at their funeral. And Kate, you lied to me about who called last night. I trusted you both. My parents trusted you. And here you've been lying to me for ages. How could you? My voice breaks, and I turn away, gulping a breath of air. Carol's face crumbles, tears brimming in her eyes. Zoe is stunned into silence, glancing around the table as if she no longer recognizes any of us. Only Kate keeps his composure. When he speaks, his voice is firm and even. I'm sorry you feel that way, Imogen, but the reason we kept everything from you is simple: to protect you. Maybe you don't remember how you were when you moved in with us, but Carol and I will never forget the state of distress you came to us in. Oh my god. Temakoan, hi. For a year, you wake up in the middle of the night crying from nightmares. You barely spoke or ate or left your room. Whenever you receive a letter or any kind of correspondence from Roquefort Manor, your nightmares and panic worsened. Finally, more than 2 years after the fire, you became yourself again. The girl we remembered. We finally got to see you smiling and happy. So Carl and I promised ourselves we will do everything in our power to keep you that way. Which meant shielding you from the people and the place that triggered your trauma. We owed it not only to you, but to your parents. I stare at him, speechless. I don't remember being in such bad shape when I first moved in with the Marianos. I've tried to block those years out, and now they're mostly a blur. But, I stammer, but my parents will have wanted me to know about Lucia and my grandfather. And my dad will have expected me to take care of Rockford Manor. It was a childhood home. He will never want me to just turn down my inheritance and let the place be left to the government. It might have been broken from what happened, but that doesn't mean you can't make decisions for me about what's rightfully mine. There's more to it than that, Carol says slowly. Kate shoots her a warning look across the table, but she continues. Your father loved Rockford Manor. That's true. But not long before the fire, when your mother was preparing for the annual summer trip, she confided in me that she wasn't comfortable at Rockford anymore. She said that she'd seen strange things. Oh my god, hold on, let me reword this. She said that she's seen strange things at the house, and that she sometimes felt afraid there. Hi, welcome. Hi. I'm reading a story at the moment. You're free to chillax if you would like. Well, I imagine she wouldn't have wanted to show it. So, what was she scared of? What were the things she saw? I press. Carol shrugs helplessly. I don't know. When I asked, she just brushed it off and said she was probably being silly. But I could tell there was more to the story. Remember this, guys. Remember this, okay? Imogen's mom did not like the house. She seemed scared and she saw things. Okay? Then when I found out another tragedy had taken place there, when your cousin died, it confirmed my fears that something isn't right about Rockford Manor. For 5 people to die right there in the gardens. She can't finish her sentence, her expression growing all the more urgent. You can't go. We can't lose you too. Welcome, Yomi. Hi. I hope you're doing great. You won't lose me. My voice trails off as I fidget with my napkin. Carl's words have me rattled, returning my mind to the confusing, frightening place where a flower grew and sparks flew out of nowhere. But there's no way to know if Rockford Manor had anything to do with all that. And Carol's theory about the fire and Lucia's accident being linked to some kind of macabre conspiracy in the house sounds far-fetched, even to my own overreactive imagination. I think we need to show it to her, Keith, Carol says abruptly. My head snaps up. Show me what? Kate hesitates. I'll help her understand, Carol urges. It's time. Seriously, what are you guys talking about? Zoe demands. Kate nods slightly, and Carol pushes her chair back, leaving the room. The 3 of us wait in silence, my heartbeat picking up speed, until she returned holding a piece of paper. We received this letter 1.5 years ago, Carol reveals. Kate and I talked it over, and since we didn't know who sent it or what to make of it, we decided not to share it with you. We didn't want to cause you unnecessary worry or fear. But after you read this, I think you'll have a better grasp on why we were so vigilant in keeping you away from the Rockfords. I swallow nervously and take the letter from Carol. Zoe scoots her chair closer to me to read over my shoulder, and her sharp intakes of breath coincides with my own shock at the words written in an unfamiliar cursive hand. January 21, 2013. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Marino. Oh my god, it was Marino the whole entire time? Okay. I trust that you and your family are well. I write to you as a friend with knowledge of a plot that concerns your goddaughter, Lady Imogen. Lady Imogen, should she ever return to Rockford Manor, I can't tell you more, nor can I go to the authorities. They wouldn't believe me. The one thing I know is that Lady Imogen should be safe so long as she stays with you in America. Don't let her return. Sincerely, a friend. I stare at the letter, rereading it until the words blur together. Who could have sent this? What kind of plot were they talking about? My legs begin to tremble under the table and I shift in my chair, trying to steady them. Maybe it's a joke or a trick, Zoe says hopefully. For all we know, the person who wrote the letter was just jealous of Imogen's getting to be a duchess and wanted to keep her away from it all. But Imogen wasn't a duchess, or even next in line when this was sent. Kate objects. Still, Zoe might be right, I say. People who follow all the British society stuff know about me, and whoever wrote this letter must have realized I was third in line for the title at the time. Maybe there's some distant cousins out there who was jealous and wanted my place. Even I speak the words. I know my theory doesn't make sense, but then, how could it be at the center of some vendetta in England? Lenny, welcome! Hi. Hello. Doing storytelling today. You're free to chillax if you would like. Oh my god, lovers, welcome in. You're free to chillax as I read a story. Yeah, suspicion. Where was I? Oh yeah. When I haven't been there since I was 10 years old. Another thought occurs to me. Okay, very good. Thank you. So thanks to my mama. Arigato. Thank you for the like. Arigato. Did you ever show this to anyone else? Like Oscar at the Rock for Monir? Or the police? We didn't share it with anyone from Rockford, but we did make a copy for the Wickersham police, Kate replies. They ran a handwriting check but couldn't find any local matches, and they conducted an investigation, though they dismissed it a little too quickly for a liking. If it was a legitimate threat, they wouldn't have dismissed it. I feel a surge of relief. I'll show the letter to Harry Morgan tomorrow and send a copy to Oscar. I know I can trust both of them. If they feel I have something to worry about, then we'll deal with it. But otherwise, let's just treat this as a prank. Okay? Carol stares at me, the color draining from her face. I realize then that she must have been certain the letter would change my mind. You are still determined to do this, she says shakingly. How can you brush aside the danger you might be in? Because we don't know that I'm in danger. The police didn't seem to think so, and I can't make major life decisions based on a anonymous letter that could be someone's idea of a good joke. I take a deep breath. I know that the easier and safer move might be to just stay here and let the Manor and my inheritance go, but I've only done the safe thing since the fire. And every time I took the easy way out by avoiding my cousin and acting as if the Rockfords didn't exist, I ended up full of regret. Especially today, when I found out Lucia and my grandfather are gone. And I can never apologize or make things right. So this time, I'm going to be brave. I'm saying yes. And I'm really sorry if it upsets you, but there's nothing you can say to change my mind. Welcome. Hi. I hope you're doing great. A heavy silence falls over the table. You're still a minor, Kate finally says. You do need our permission. Little do they know they do not need permission. Hi! I'm gonna welcome. I hope you're doing great, Tess. I'm doing storytelling today. Yeah. You guys are free to chillax in the background as I read a story. Yoshi. I wince, unsure how to say what I need to do without hurting them further. Oh, hold up. The estate manager, Harry, he told me my parents will state that if I ever become heir to Rockford Manor as a minor, I'll be considered emancipated, meaning technically I don't need permission. I have the paperwork, if you need to see it. Zoe's expression is beginning to match her parents. Wait a minute. Are you saying you're moving to England? Forever? I wish I could say no, but yeah, I have to. We'll visit regularly though, all four of us. The place is huge. You can have your own wing if you want. I stopped mid-sentence at the sight of Carl crying silently and rushed over to her chair. Please, tell me what I can do to make this a little better, I beg. I don't want to upset any of you, but I need to do this. You stay till graduation and my birthday, right? Zoe asked in a tiny voice. Of course, I promise. I won't leave a day before you turn 16. If there's nothing we can do to stop you then there's one thing you can do for us, Kate says quietly. You go to school at Oxford, just like Edmund and I did. I stifle a laugh. Kate, you know I hate to disappoint you, but my odds of getting into Oxford are like 1 in a million. Asura, hi. It doesn't matter if I have legacy there. Nowadays, you pretty much have to be valedictorian to get in, and we all know I'm not. Hi! I'm reading a story today. You're free to chillax if you like. Yeah. I'm a few chapters. Actually, there's like one more page left. Yeah, but I hope you're doing great. Thank you for passing by. Yeah. It might not be as hard as you think. The third Duke made quite the sizable endowment to Oxford in the 18th century, and the Rockford have continued contributing to the school ever since. Kate divulges. So long as your grades are respectable, which they are, I see no reason why you wouldn't get in. But even if I did get in, how would I keep up with all the super smarties? You always said how insanely hard the coursework was there, I remind him. You could specialize in the subject you're best at. Maybe English literature? You love reading. Oh, I've heard about Oxford's English program. Apparently you have to give 3-hour presentations on your reading material in Latin. I start to feel a case of sweats coming on, but as I look at Kate, I know I have to find a way to appease him. It's bad enough that I'm leaving them. What if I take a summer course? If I survive it and pass, then I'll apply for a full term next year. Kate hesitates for a moment, but then he gives a slight nod. Carl shakes her head angrily at Kate and rises to her feet. A summer course at Oxford in no way changes the fact that you're going to be living on your own at 17. With immense pressure on your shoulders and the very real possibility of a threat to your life. I can't give you my blessings on this. I hardly be alone, I try to reassure her. I'll be living with a staff of 1,000 people, including the butler, who have practically raised my dad. Plus full-time security. Commander, hi. Butler, Zoe echoes, her mouth agape. Carol wipes her eyes with the back of her hand. I know I can't talk you out of your inheritance. What young girl wouldn't want to be a duchess and live in her own place? But I've always had a bad feeling about that place. And you might think the letter is just a joke, but it only straightens my suspicions. So no, I can't be happy about this. I don't expect you to be happy about it now, but I hope one day you will, and that you'll see I did the right thing, I say. And I promise if I get there and I sense anything wrong, I'll come home right away. Please, just try not to worry. Everything's going to be okay. Zoe reaches for my hand across the table. You have my support, she says, forcing a smile. My sister, the Duchess. And that's the end of chapter 4. Oh my god, that was really hard to read. Hold up, give me a moment. I need water. I'm back. I think I'm losing my voice. It's not good. Ah. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. But yeah, that was chapter 4. I know it was kind of slow. It was a very intellectual chapter, learning about the Duchess and how the line works and this and that. But I think chapter 5 might get interesting. So Imogen is going back to England. It wasn't the UK. It was UK? Yeah, UK, England. Yeah. Let me see. Wait, guys, like chapter 5 for today? We have some new characters in chapter 5. We have a lot of new characters in chapter 5. Yeah? Yeah. How was your night doing? It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, how's yours? How's your night going? Chapter 5 doesn't have a hang. Well, kind of. It doesn't have a cliffhanger, but that's the end of part 1. That's the end of part 1. And then it goes to part 2 after that. Relaxing end of the day. Yeah, doing fine. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you guys are doing good. Hold up. I'm gonna have to change the music. I want to get into the vibe because it's gonna get even more fancier and I'm gonna stumble my words even more. And with these big words. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Like that normalcy. I don't know how to say that one. Normalcy. Oh my god. Trying to find the one that I had last time. For some reason, every time I have time to watch you, I get offered some yummy food. Wait, like yummy? Like you have food right now? What kind of food are you eating right now? Let me find. Is it you? Would it be you? No, it's not you. I think it's this one. Hold up. Vegan pizza. Ooh, vegan pizza. How does that work? What does it have? Even though I'm not is it good? I have to drop off because I'm going to sleep. Okay, good night. Thank you for passing by. Tomato grass. Tomato grass. That doesn't sound too bad. And some green jalapenos. Maybe like what are those leaves called? Um, Spinach. I think it's spinach. Oregano. Yeah, oh, that's the spinach. Oregano. There's another one. Wow, this is the most common leaf, and I don't remember it. Um, Cilantro. There we go, cilantro. Salsa. Salsa? What is that? What is salsa? I don't think I've heard about that one. What is that? What is that? What is salsa? Here we go. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'll search it up later. I'm curious. Actually, I'll search it up right now. What is that? Oh god, they're dying in the background. Hold up, give me a moment. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. You just learned that. Well, I just learned that today. I just learned what this is today. Okay. Well, now I know when somebody says they want salsa. And I'll just say no. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. Hopefully the pizza doesn't have salsa. Unless that's yeah. Okay. Anyways, we're about to go to chapter 5, and basically, I might lose my voice. Okay, it might crack. I feel it coming. Okay. Um. Chapter 5 might be slow at the beginning, but we do get a lot of new characters because Imogen is going back to England, and they're gonna introduce all of the maids and the butler and so many more people, and we may or may not have a cliffhanger. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm not sure if this is a cliffhanger. Okay, never mind. It is a cliffhanger. Even better. Okay. Number 5. Chapter number 5. Please bear with me. It's about to get very, 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 very fancy. Very, very, very fancy. Okay. I toss and turn in bed that night, Lucia's face coming to my mind every time I drift off to sleep. When I close my eyes, I see her as she was at age 12, but her beautiful face is marred with blood. The dark red spills from her eyelids onto her cheeks. It streaks her hair crimson. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. I'm desperate to get away from the terrifying sight, and yet I am frozen in place. How could you let this happen to me? She sobs, shaking her pale arm towards me. How can you let me... Jump scare! Oh my god. I'm very sorry. What the heck? What the heck? Sorry. Let me move this over here. Yeah, right there. So you guys don't get jump scared. Where was I? My eyes snap open just before she gets close enough to touch me. I'm back home in New York, and she is gone. But the weight of my guilt is heavier than before. I should have been there for her, and instead, I'm taking her place. Forgive me, Lucia, I whisper into the darkness. I lay there for hours, not sleeping or moving, but remembering the two little girls who used to play together, sharing secrets and sleepovers in the Rockford boathouse. I know that when morning comes, I'll be forced to grow up fast. And sure enough, as daylight breaks, the two little girls from my memory vanish with the moon. My new reality begins with Harry Morgan arriving at the apartment to escort Zoe and me to school. He warned me at the end of our meeting yesterday that the news of my succession to the dukedom will be public knowledge by morning. Well, with the UK being 5 hours ahead. Just in case the press just set up camp outside your school, I really prefer that oh my god. Melody, welcome! Hi. I chow for you and Miss Marino, he said. I relented, but only because the word pressed freaked me out. Now, as I make my way into the living room and find Carl and Kate staring Harry down as if he's from an opposing faction, I wonder if maybe this wasn't such a great idea. Morning, I call out in a fake cheery voice. I see you guys have already met. The three of them nods as stiffly. Only Harry offers a smile. Are you ready, Your Grace? Carol and Kate exchange a look of shock as they hear my title used for the first time. Just a second. I ruffled through my backpack and pulled out the anonymous letter. What can you tell us about this? Harry Morgan's eyebrows shoot up as he reads the letter. He scans it a second time before shaking his head and handing it back to me. I can tell you one thing. It isn't from any of the staff. I have each of their contract in my office, and I'm familiar with everyone's handwriting. Not to mention, I know all of your employees and tenants quite well. I'm very confident that no one inside Rockford Manor is plotting anything against you. He reassures me. Coffee, welcome. Hi. Like, hi. And the one, welcome. Hello. And Yoku, welcome. Hi. I nod with relief. That's what I needed to hear. Do you know anybody named Noah? No. Not really. Why? What about Ty Rockford? Kane interjects. Just because this wasn't written by someone who lives on Rockford grounds doesn't make it any less of a threat. Actually, it does. The fact is anyone who processes a great title and wealth finds him or herself in the hot seat. Harry shrugs nonchalantly. Take the Duchess of Cambridge, for example. For all her legions of admirers, she has her share of detractors, writing nasty things about her online or sending letters that make this one look like a love sonnet. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Where was I? That's simply life in the public eye, and that's why we take our household staff and security so seriously. I assure you, Mr. and Mrs. Marino, that Lady Imogen will be extremely well protected at all times. He leans forward intently. No one will be able to touch her. Zoe chooses that moment to bound into the room. Oh, are you Harry Morgan? I'm practically the Duchess's sister. She shakes his hand before turning to look at all of us. So, what did I miss? Just her telling us we don't need to worry about this wacky letter. I stuff it back into my bag. Imasu, look up. Hi, hi. Hi, hi, how are you? How's it going? Come on, let's go. That reminded me of Dora. Thankfully, I'm not a big enough story in New York to warrant more than a few stragglers journalists outside Carnegie High. Zoe and I are able to slip inside unnoticed, but I should have known she shouldn't be able to keep the news to herself. By the time lunch rolls around, I find myself adjusting to a bizarre new social sphere in which people who barely acknowledge my existence are now dropping by my lunch table, as if they do so every day, gushing about England and asking when I'll get to meet William and Kate. Hello, I'm glad you're doing great. I'm doing a storytelling today, so you are free to chillax as I tell the story. Yeah, but it's gonna get very fancy, so bear with me. Yeah. Why didn't you ever say you were a soon-to-be Dutch? Asked Jenna Kerbel, one of the uber-popular girls crowded around Lauren and me. Because I wasn't supposed to be, I say glumly, my mind on Lucia. But either way, it would have been pretty lame for me to go around announcing it, right? Lauren nods in agreement, but the other girls stare at me in confusion. I shall bet. Bet. What do you mean, lame? And how did you manage to keep it a secret that you're even part of that family? Jenna raises an eyebrow. I mean, your grandfather was the prince's godfather. Those last words elicit an excited hush from the rest of the girls. Well, he does have a couple of godfathers too. I clarify. But yeah, everyone knew when my parents were alive. After I moved in with the Marinos and then started middle school, I don't know. She preferred to fly under the radar, luring chimes in. Yeah, that. For the rest of the lunch period, I keep quiet, listening to the chatter of our table's new arrivals. It's not that I was unpopular before, but I definitely wasn't the it clique. That's cool, no come. Hi. Hope you're doing great. Nor am I a social butterfly like Zoe. I have Lauren and a handful of good friends from over the years. But we aren't exactly storming the halls and turning heads, so this sudden influx of attention is just weird. Sus. Yoshi, very sus. But the most surreal part of the day comes when the bell rings. Relieved to have the awkward lunch period over with, I hastily grab my tray and am headed for the door alongside Lauren. When I'm nearly plowed into my head cheerleader, Tira Ward, who waves a piece of paper in the air. Imogen, look! You're one of the top stories on the Daily Mail. Oh god. I take the printout from Tara and cringe at the sight of my goofy Facebook profile photo filling the center of the article. The headline reads, American commoner revealed to be Duchess of Wickersham. Someone really needs to strike the word commoner from the dictionary. I remark Lauren. Hey, Duchess. I turn around at the sound of Mark's voice. Please don't call me that, I say with a sheepish grin. Can you believe Imogen is leaving us? Lauren says, mournfully. Mark shakes his head, and here I thought we were finally going to hang out. He throws his arms around my shoulder, and I feel myself stiffen. He's so cute, and it's not as if I haven't imagined what it would be like to get closer to him. So why does his touch feel wrong somehow? Oh goodness. Hold on, let me put this here. Bum, 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 bum. Another face fills my mind. I touch my cheek, feeling the phantom sensation of his kiss. Sebastian, the crush that won't quit. What is my problem? I relieve when we enter our classroom and Mark is forced to drop his arm back to his side. Didn't know for being such a weirdo. Any girl will be lucky to be the center of Mark's attention, but maybe it's for the best that I can't seem to let him in. Saying goodbye to the Marinos and Lauren is going to be hard enough. I don't need to add first boyfriend to the list of people I'll miss. A few days after my fateful meeting with Harry and Morgan, I arrived at a conference room in the Tribeca Grand Hotel, where Basil Crawford, the esteemed etiquette expert, is waiting for me. He looks like some kind of Victorian gentleman off to the races, with his navy suit over a pale blue vest and a silk ascot topped off by an actual top hat. Your Grace, he says, drawing out the words as he lowers into a bowl. It's an honor to be at your service. No, not your service. Whoa, thanks, I answer lamely, embarrassed by his over-the-top greeting. Basil immediately stands upright, the simpering smile wipe off his face. No, that won't do at all. Whoa, thanks? The people expect their duchess to be proud, to own her position with confidence. He stamps his foot for emphasis. Let's try that again. This time you will smile and reply. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. How do you do? Okay, but do people really have to bow to me? I asked timidly. I feel ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, I'm not a princess. Dukes and duchesses are traditionally bowed to. However, there is quite a difference between a bow to them and how to them and to a member of the royal family. A bow or curtsy to a duke or duchess is slight, whereas for the royal family you dip much lower. It feels so godfather-ski. Come, kiss my ring, I joke in a bad Marlon Brando impression. But he gives me a dead serious look. Your Grace, surely you don't mean to compare the British oh my god, aristocracy to the Italian mafia. And so begins my first day of Duchess training, during which Basil crowns my brain with everything from forms of address for people of different ranks. Your Majesty for the sovereign, Your Royal Highness for princess and princesses, my lord or my lady for peers below dukes and duchesses, sir for baronets and knights. To seating arrangements at the dinner table. At the dinner parties, the gentleman of highest rank sits at my right hand, with everyone else following according to their title and station. By the end of the day, I am convinced England is one giant web of snobbery. I mean, why do they rank everything? I complained to Basil, hunched over my furiously scribbled notes. The way you're talking, I can barely share an elevator with someone without knowing their rank. You have to admit it's crazy. The British peerage has existed for centuries, and might I add that it's worked quite well for the most part. Basil says, arching an eyebrow. We British like to have a purpose, a role to play on the great stage of society. Everyone from a duchess to a housekeeper has her own important place in this world, her own unique set of superiors and inferiors. Categories and titles are simply what we are accustomed to, and we found that they help society run smoothly. if you say so. Now, for your final lesson of the day, it's essential that you know why your title was created. Do you have any idea? I shake my head sheepishly. One of your ancestors, Randolph Henry Rockford, proved to be one of England's greatest military heroes at the turn of the 18th century. After he won a number of crucial battles for England, King George I expressed his gratitude by granting him a dukedom over the settlement of Wickersham, along with the massive funds to build a palace worthy of such a hero. Basil explains. Of course, the papers scoffed the king. King George was cruel to choose Wickersham, for the land was notoriously barren, especially in comparison to Oxfordshire's other, far more Burton towns. That didn't make sense. But eventually the 5th Duchess of Wickersham, Lady Beatrice, changed all of that. What did she do, I ask? I suppose you could say she was the ultimate green thumb. Within a year, ugly old Wickersham was transformed into one of the most beautiful, frequently painted landscapes in England. This is the first moment of our lesson where I feel a flicker of interest. How did she do it? Basil hesitates. It's hard to separate truth from fiction in that account. I suppose we'll never know. I open my mouth to ask more, but Basil claps his hands together and rises. That's all for today, Your Grace. I'll see you at the same time tomorrow for a crash course on the high points of the London season. My god, these ads. The week flies by in a frantic whirl of final exams. Duchess training with Basil and packing for the big move. I find myself so busy that every time my mind wanders to Sebastian, wondering what he's like nowadays. If he and Lucia were still close when she died. If and when I might see him again. I'm able to settle the inexplicable butterflies in my stomach by focusing on one of the many overwhelming tasks at hand. And before I know it, it's the night before graduation. Too anxious to sleep, I throw on a sweatshirt and head onto the fire escape. It's a perfect, balmy evening, and as I listen to the Symphony of New York, the endless sweep of taxis, snippets of music floating up from apartments and restaurants, the chatter and laughter of passing pedestrians, I realize how fortunate I've been to grow up here, and how much I'll miss it. I feel a fresh wave of terror as I imagine boarding the flight to London. In just 1 week, leaving behind my country and everything I know. What am I doing? This was always your favorite spot. I turn around at the sound of Carol's voice. She is still dressed, her eyes red rim under the moonlight. Hey, Salka! Hi! Hope you're doing great. Thank you for the like, Asura. Thank you. Hi! I'm doing a storytelling. Thank you for the like. You're free to chillax if people like to listen. Yeah, but I hope you're having a good day. Sit with me. I pat the step besides me. Nagi, oh my god. Why are you guys all here? Oh god. Hi! Welcome. I'm doing a storytelling today. Don't mind my pronunciation. It's a very fancy book. Yeah. It's a very fancy book. Hi. I hope you're doing great as well. Yeah. We sit silently for a few moments, looking up at the stars. And then she says softly, "Thank you for the like." It's alright. Is it alright? Thank you for the like. thank you. Arigato. I'm really going to miss you. My heart constricts. I'm going to miss you too. You've been the mother I needed all these years. She reaches out to touch my cheek. I always knew you were never truly mine, that I might have to let you go someday. I didn't think it would be this soon. You're not losing me, I assure her. I may be living in another country, but we'll always be connected. She smiles warmly. I hope so. I squeeze her hand. I can never thank you enough for all you guys have done for me. You can thank me by taking care of yourself, she says intently. Be on guard over there and promise to come home the second anything seems amiss. That's the best way you can thank us, by keeping yourself safe. The smoking roach, welcome, hi, who ended stream? Thank you for the like. I'm doing a storytelling, you're free to chillax in the background if people like. Her grave tone sends a foreboding shiver up my spine. I will, I promise. We're the class of 2014. The bright and the brave, as we grow and find our way, roads to greatness we shall pave. Lauren and I stand in a circle of adrenaline-crazed classmates, yelling our class cheer while tossing our graduation caps in the air and giggling as we fell to catch them. Oh god, what is this word? Cipriani Restaurants is all decked out for grand night, with a dance floor and DJ, photo booth, buffet spread, and Sunday bar. The air is thick with heightened emotion, as everyone surrounding is either beaming and cheering or hugging someone in tears. Follow, thank you for the like. Arigato. Thank you. The most important chapter of our lives thus far has come to a close, and I feel myself swinging wildly between celebrating finally being done with school. Thank you for the lollipop. Thank you. I appreciate you. Arigato. Where was I? In less than a week, I'll be on a plane to England. But standing here in downtown Manhattan, surrounded by the people and friends I've... Oh my god! Thank you for the Halloween jump! Welcome in, Z834CH56. Welcome! Thank you! Fallen. Oh, it's chat. Is that how you say it? W. Yeah, thank you, Fallen. Arigato. I appreciate you. Thank you. That was really cool. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yoshi. Oh, I lost myself again. By the people and friends I've known since 6th grade. I can't imagine being anywhere else. The DJ transitions from an up-tempo song into a ballad. Just as I catch sight of Mark Wiot heading my way, looking extra cute in his formal wear. Hey Imogen, Lauren. W don't know. Yeah, W. Hey, fun party, right? I say awkwardly. My flirting skills always suffer when I have an audience. Collector's Museum for Guardians of the Galaxy. It has horrid. Deduct. Is this... I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a refill, Lauren says, raising her plastic cup with a little smirk. See you guys later. Wanna dance? Mark asks after Lauren leaves. I'll love to, I say with a smile. Oh my god, this part reminds me of You Reach Sam. Remember the it was the what are those parties called? The ones in high school, prom. The prom party where Sam and Julie hold hands and they dance outside. It reminds me of that. As Mari takes my hand and leads me to the dance floor, I'm overly cautious of my body, wondering if I'm too sweaty, if my heartbeat is as loud as it feels, if my hairdo is intact. We assume slow dance positions, his arms around my waist, mine draped across his shoulders. And then he takes me by surprise with his words. I like you, Imogen. You already know that though, right? Oh, I like you too, I say with a nervous giggle. Oh my god. Though the words come out of my mouth sounding a bit more like a question than a statement. She's right. That's good to hear, but I know you're leaving and I won't have another chance to do this. So... And before I realize what's happening, he bends down and brushes his lips against mine. The kiss is quick. So quick that I don't really feel much of anything. I mean, I know we are in a restaurant filled with our classmates, so I didn't expect a long, sweeping make-out session or anything. But I can't help feeling a twinge of disappointment that the kiss isn't quite the heart-melting occasion I imagined whenever I thought about taking our friendship to the next level. And then I awkwardly overcompensate with too much enthusiasm. That was great! I blabber, waiting to smack myself in the head as soon as the words are out of my mouth. Mark looks pleased. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's my imagination, but I can feel our classmates' eyes on us. And I'm way too self-cautious to attempt a repeat performance. I should go find Zoe. I'm her chaperone tonight, you know. Oh, Mark says, disappointed, flickering across his face. Bummer. I'll see you around, I call over my shoulder before scurrying off to rejoin Lauren. I find her and Zoe by the buffet, practically collapsing in giggles. I have a feeling I know what they're laughing at, and I make a concerted effort to ignore it. Shouldn't you be with your date? I ask Zoe. I can't believe you did a kiss and run, she screeches, ignoring my question. You guys, stop, I hiss. We don't want Mark to hear, and thanks a lot for spying on us. It's not spying when you guys had your big moment in full view of everyone, Lauren retorts. So what the heck happened? I thought romance was blooming, Zoe says. I don't know. Maybe it was just too public to be romantic. Besides, what does it even matter? Oofies. Oofies. I fill a plastic cup with punch before glancing back at the two of them. It's not like I can date him from England. And the mention of England, the two of them fell silent. Maybe you'll find a hot British guy, Lauren says, half-heartedly forcing a smile, like a Prince William type. And an involuntary image flashes through my mind, a grown-up version of Sebastian. No longer just a cute boy, but now a tall, muscular, handsome man. I shake my head to rid myself of the daydream. Zoe suddenly holds up her manicure hand, distracting me from my thoughts. Please, just for tonight, Let's not talk about England. Preston, welcome in. Hi, hi, hi. She says quietly. Just saw your profile. Oh my god. Let's pretend you're not going anywhere. Like, everything's normal. I wrap one arm around her and the other around Lauren. Okay. Tonight, I'm not going anywhere. The following week finds me, Zoe, Carl, and Kate standing numbly at a check-in counter at John F. Kennedy International Airport. Oh my god. We watch my luggage get tagged and sent on its way, knowing that each checked suitcase brings us closer to the moment of goodbye. You're all set, the woman behind the Virgin Atlantic counter says cheerfully, oblivious to our bleak expressions. Security is up the escalator to your left. I swallow hard. Thanks. Zoe clutches my hand, and the four of us slowly make our way to the security checkpoint. I guess this is it, I say, struggling to keep my voice steady as I look at my second family. I will never forget this image of them. Kate's eyes so protective. Carl was forcing a bright smile. And Zoe nervously playing with the gold heart necklace I gave her for her 16th birthday. My tears spill over as I pull them into a group hug. I love you all so much. You'll always be our daughter to us, Carl whispers into my hair. Call us if you need anything at all, Kate says, kissing my cheek. I know. And you'll visit me before school starts up again, right? I ask, all three of you? You won't be able to get rid of us, Zoe says, wiping away a tear. We hug one last time, and then I know I have to walk away while I still have the courage. Goodbye. Just for now. I blow them a kiss and force my feet to move in the direction of security. I want desperately to look back for my last glimpse of them, but I know I shouldn't. My new life in England is waiting, whether I like it or not. And there's no turning back. And so she flies to England. And now it's gonna get fancy. Oh god, kinda nervous. Harry and Morgan booked my flight to London, so I had no idea I'll be sitting in first class until I glanced at my boarding pass. Luckily, the surprise of walking past a real bar on the airplane and finding my seatmates happily sipping champagne jars me out of my melancholy mood. Each seat takes up its own row, consisting of a large chair and ottoman. As I sit onto my ridiculously comfortable seat, I have a feeling this might be the first flight on which I manage to fall asleep. As a spiffy flight attendant comes around offering drinks and dinner menus, I pull out my preparation, England, quote, folder. It includes maps of the Rockford Manor estate and grounds, as well as the newest issue of British papers and magazines, from the Observer to Tatler magazines. I'm anxious to be up to date on current events in Brit slang. The last thing I want is to be the coolest girl who has no idea what it means if someone says something like, and Bob's your uncle, which does not, as one would expect, mean that I have an uncle named Bob, but is apparently a jovial way of ending a sentence when giving out instructions. Clearly, I have a lot to learn, but as dinner arrives and the flight attendant conjures a close-covered table from the side of my chair, I feel myself sinking into a relaxed mood. My eyelids grow heavy by the end of the 4-course meal, and the observant attendant hurries to my seat, instructing me to get up as she converts it into an actual bed, with sheets and a duvet. Somewhat in disbelief at the idea of getting into bed on a plane, I crawl under the sheets and close my eyes. I toss and turn in my sleeping bag outside the Rockford boathouse as voices outside flood subconscious. Look, I hear Dad say, his voice tinged with excitement. It's happening. I always get it. I always guess it was Imogen. Don't, Iman, Mom cries. I just want her to be safe. Please take her home. This is her home. In more ways than you know. From another direction comes Lucia's furious hiss. I'll never forgive you for this. Never. I frown, shaken by Lucia's voice. Why is she so angry? But before I can give it another thought, I hear fire engine sirens drowning out every other sound. I wake with a jolt. What in the world was up with that dream? I've never heard those words spoken before. But I can't help wondering, did my parents really have that conversation all those years ago? Did they know something about me that I was unaware of? That I'm still unaware of? I shift nervously in the airplane bed. My subconscious is obviously more than a little freaked out by returning to Rockford. Sunlight is streaming through the airplane cabin, and I quickly check the time, amazed to discover that I slept a full 4 hours. We'll soon be landing at London, Heathrow Airport. I watch the journey map on the TV screen in front of me, and as the little plane on the screen inches closer to London, my pulse begins. Am I ready for this? Ready for the onslaught of painful memories and all the expectations people have of me as an overnight duchess? As my panic grows, I hear the captain announce we're beginning our descent. I lean back in my newly transformed seat, squeezing my eyes shut. It doesn't matter how unprepared I am. We are landing. My new life is beginning, and there's no pause button to press. And that's the end of chapter 5. What an ad. That's the end of part 1 in chapter 5. Yeah. So she's in London now. She's in London. We just finished. Oh my god, that was really fast. We finished part 1 in 2 streams. Yeah. Yeah. She's back. She's back in London now. Hold up. I want to see how fancy it gets. I thought it will start in chapter 5, but when Her Grace. I'll read this little part. When Her Grace betrays the Duchess of Wickersham right at Rockford, she created an international stir. Her marriage to the 5th Duke in 1830 was the first of the transatlantic alliance between an English nobleman, an American heiress, and the idea of a 19-year-old American girl as Chatelaine, a Rockford provoked much interest. But far greater controversies were to follow her. It wasn't long before rumbling could be heard in the staff quarters and throughout Wickersham village, with talk of frightening occurrence at the manor since the beautiful young American's arrival. This was the beginning of Batry's characterization as a member of the occult, quoted by the Rockford Dynasty Misconception, the Issy's magazine. So there was a rumble, but it doesn't say if it was like only in that land or it was more than that, in just that land. Yes. So to summarize the last two chapters, basically, um, one thing, Imogen finds out that her step parents were lying to her, not lying to her and keeping secrets from her. And those secrets was that her cousin has passed away mysteriously because she was drunk and she was roaming outside and she died in front of the maze, which caused her grandfather to get really sick and pass away. So she ends up having to go back to England to become a douche. But she tells her step parents, poor girl cannot win. Alright. As she goes back, as she no, as she goes to tell her parents, that she's gonna move to England to be a douche. Um, their parents reveal more secrets, and those secrets is that Imogen gets a threat letter saying that she should not go back to England, that she should not return, and bada bada bum, right? Which frightens everyone, and that her mother is scared of that place because she sees things and she doesn't feel comfortable being there. But she never said why. Um and yeah, that's what we learned. And now in part 2 she's in England. But I think I will move this for next week. um Thanks for the recap. Yeah. Very understandable. Yeah, because it's part 2 and it seems extremely fancy. Alfred, Alfie, and there's a lot of names that we have to remember now, which I'm not very good at. Macy. Oh gosh. Alfie is great. Chris. Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan. Yeah. Mika! Hi! Welcome! Thank you for the like. Thank you for the follow. Hold on, let me follow you. Wait. Welcome in, Elentia? Am I saying that right? Really following you on here? Yeah. Thank you for the follow! Arigato. Yeah, but that's how the story goes. It's Miko. Yeah, it's Miko. It's Miko. Okay, hold up. My brain is so oof. I need this. And there's ads. I can wait a little bit. Ay. a lot of streamers came by today. That was nerve-wracking. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do this. So yeah. And I think is okay. Is it? I was not prepared. You guys, from all the other streams, you guys picked to come in on the one where I struggled the most in speaking. And yeah, we're going with this one. I need it. From all the other streams, this one, where I struggle the most to speak, to pronounce, to read, to comprehend. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. My leg hurts. Oofies. I hope it feels better. Classical DBGM. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the only way that my brain can work. Thank you for the cupcake. Arigato. Your one brain cell working overtime. Yeah. Yeah, that one brain cell needs the Wii music. I feel much better. I feel smart again. Well, actually no, but yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This this stream today. The two chapters that we read, they were a little bit slow. They were very smarties. I was not ready for that. To be honest, I was ready for more plot twists to drop. It's been a while since I read this book. Uh, it's been like it's been it's been a while. It's been a while. All I remember is that Imogen has magic powers. But I'm sure next week and part two might get more interesting. You guys, it will still get fancy. It will still get fancy, but I'm gonna go around and keep. Okay, bye bye. Thank you for passing by. You can think, yeah. What was I talking about? I forgot. Um, oh yeah, part two gets now I know I keep saying that every chapter is gonna get more fancy, but for sure part two is gonna get fancy because we're in England now. She's a douche. Okay, you're gonna hear your grace a lot. Your honor, no, not your honor, but your grace a lot, a lot. And give it. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not good with accents. There's no way. There's no way. No worries. That. That. Um, I'm scamming through chapter. This one. Okay, your voice is perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And I believe. Should I say? Would this be? No, I'm not gonna say it. I think it might be a. Hold on. I want to see if it's in this chapter. There's a part. There's like a really good part. Um. Oh, you get a backstory of Lucia for chapter 6. So that's interesting. And lucky you guys, lucky you. You don't get a cliffhanger because next week I'm gonna read like at least 2 chapters. So the 6th chapter does leave a cliffhanger, but I'm gonna be reading the 2nd chapter. Um, there's more Lucia. Yeah, okay, that's what you can expect for the next 2 chapters. Lucia story. Lucia's POV, perspective, point of view. And I think chapter 2 is the one with the yeah, okay. I thought it was in this. I thought it was in the wow. I thought it was in the last 2 chapters that we read today. Lucia's story and something else. But it seems that it's 100% confirmed for next week. You're gonna hear Lucia's story and there's a plot twist. Well, I don't know if it's a plot twist. You can say a surprise. Okay, that mystery that I was telling you about, that I've been hyping about, starts next week. Starts next week. Today was intellectual. Today you guys learn about the Duchess and what she has to do and this and that. But next week we start with the story. Lucia's alive. Who knows? Who knows? We'll just have to find out. But But let me tell you, keep in mind, I've said this like a million times, but I'll say it one more time. Keep in mind what Imogen's step-parents said about Imogen's mother. She saw things at the house, okay, back in England, and she feels very uncomfortable and does not feel good about it. And she ends up passing away. Remember that? And then remember when Imogen was in an airplane, right? She had a dream, right? Let me go back to it. She had a dream, and in that dream, well, supposedly it's a dream. Supposedly it's a dream. But who knows? It cannot be a dream. She had a dream where she sees her mom and her dad, right? And Lucia. She sees her mom and her hold up. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. She sees her mom, her dad, and Lucia, right? Her dad seems to be excited about something. But no, her dad seems excited to be her dad seems excited about something. But her mom seems kind of worried, right? And then Lucia seems very angry. So I'm gonna read it to you again. I toss and turn in my sleeping bag inside the Rockford boathouse as voices outside flood my subconscious. Look, I hear Dad say, his voice tinged with excitement. It's happening! I always guessed it was Imogen, right? Don't, Edmund, Mom cries. I just want her to be safe. Please, let's take her home. This is her home, in more ways than you know. From another direction comes Lucia, furious hiss. I'll never forgive you for this. Never. I frowned, shaken by Lucia's voice. Why is she so angry? But before I can give it another thought, I hear fire engines and sirens drowning out every other sound. So after that, the fire alarms go off. So this could be a little piece of what happened before the fire started. But Imogen thinks that it is a dream, but it could be a view. They loves giving us. Yes, I do. So keep that in mind. Cause you guys are not ready for it. I don't remember the whole entire story, but I know it gets really good. But yeah. Yeah, remember that. What else? Did I miss anything else? Remember those two, okay? Mama Imogen feels very scary, and Imogen gets a dream that could possibly be a memory before the fire started. Yoshi. And also Lucia body laying in front of the maze. So it's literally at the maze. That's what Harry said, that they found Lucia's body directly in front of the maze, and that she was not alive. She was dead. They found her dead right there, and she was hit in the head. I may have given you a spoiler for that, but I'm not gonna repeat myself, so I'm not gonna say what hit her head. But if you heard it, then you heard it. If you didn't, then just wait until I get there. Yeah, just wait until I get there. But yeah. So Yoshi. Those are three things you gotta just keep in mind. Write down. Put a little sticky note. And then next week. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Next week we start the good stuff. We start the story. Okay, we start with Lucia. So yeah. Yeah, and a lot of new characters' names and a lot of fancy words and a lot of fancy words. Another week. Yeah, another week. I was kind of sad that I wasn't gonna give you a cliffhanger, but it seems like there is a cliffhanger, so I'll think of another cliffhanger for next week too. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you liked today's story. I know it was a little boring. It was a little bit boring for me as well. It was very difficult to read, but next week for sure, for sure. But it wasn't boring. I'm glad. I'm glad. It was interesting. Maybe because I already read it and I already know. But yeah, your was really good. Thank you. I my brain is broken. My brain is broken. My brain is broken. I'll do better next week. Yoshi. But yeah, those are three things. I think we're gonna finish this one really fast. Really quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I think I'll be ending stream here. The temptation, I cannot read anymore. The temptation to read ahead is intense. Don't read ahead. It's not allowed. Mm-mm. Indeed. Um, but yeah, wow, my brain is done. My brain is burned. My goodness. Um, little update for next week. Sadly, I don't think we'll be able to do the pancakes. Some stuff came up, which is really sad. But um, it's okay because I'll push them for Thanksgiving and Christmas season. So I can make you turkey pancakes and Christmas pancakes. Yeah. But I can still do the carving. So we'll still have that one. I'll go and find a very good pancake. See, I'm pancakes. A very good pumpkin so I can carve. And if you would like to carve pumpkins with me, you're ready to sew. Though you guys won't be able to see it, but I'll post pictures, update pictures on live update pictures on X. Yeah, I'm gonna look for the most detailed, the most fanciest, the most dramatic design ever. Yeah. 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 Yoshi. I think that's all. Yeah. Just look forward to painting on Monday. I have to finish that ghost painting. And then the pumpkin carving and the storytelling and a letter to who? Oh my god, there we go. I forgot to do this last time. But next week we're writing a letter to somebody else. Shiro! Shiori, welcome in. Hi! Welcome. Hello. How are you? How's it going? How you been? Hi! Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everybody came in today. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Hope we're doing great. Right, right. That's what I was saying. Let me get my list. I forgot. Um, no, I didn't forget. I just need to see. Lydia's Oshi, so I'm always here. Seva's is Oshi too. Seva's is bestie. Okay. Ooh. Okay. True. Yeah. Okay. So this is a hint for next week. Who are we writing a letter to? Who? Who could it be? I'll give you a hint for today, and I'll give you a hint on Monday. Um, Let me think of a hint. I don't want to make it obvious. Um, what are they? This person, this talent, this beautiful being has pink. That's your hint. We have another pink, another pinky. Oh, we're doing Genesis first, and after Genesis, I'll do Neverlink, and then after Neverlink, I will do who was next? Yume, and after Yume, I will do Tensei, and hopefully they give us a break and I can finish all of them. I don't think by this year. I have no idea. But yeah. So it's somebody in Genesis. Mm-hmm. But they have pink. They have pink in them. So yeah, that's your first hint. They have pink. They have a shade of pink. It will take a while, but it's yeah. It's awesome. It's great. But we're almost finished with Genesis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Maybe. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We got 8 more. It might be 9. It might be 10. It might be 11. And I have to ask if I can. I'm not sure. But for now, 8 for sure. Plus the one that we're doing is 9. But yeah. That's your hint. They have pink in them. They have pink. And they're from Genesis. And they're very cool. They're very cool. I have big respect for them because they helped me. They helped me once. Maybe more than once, actually. Yeah. I'm not gonna say more or else I'm gonna spoil it. But yeah, they have pink. And they have pink. Who could that be? I have no idea. You guys will have to guess. Monday will be another hint. And then Wednesday is gonna be another one. I wanna give all the hints now though. But I feel like that would be too obvious. So I'm gonna go with pink for now. I can't even remember the whole wave. I don't blame you. There's like 27 of us. Oh my god, there's like 20. I think it's exactly 27. I think it is exactly 27. For real? Oh, there's so many of you guys, but not in a bad way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. 1, 2, 27. 27 of them. You remember Green Kangaroo? Yeah. The music got me feeling funky. Wait, is it like a good funky or is it like a bad funky? Good. Okay, bet. Yeah, I only put this when my brain's not working anymore. Somehow, the Wii music helps me um, work, if that makes sense. This has been my brain all day. It fits. Yeah, it'd be like that. That's my brain 24/7. 24/7. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I think it makes sense to others. Maybe. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah, my brain is really dead now. There's nothing in my brain. So I think I'll be ending stream right here before it gets really bad. Well, thank you for passing by, guys. And all of my cool highs. It was awesome. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it was awesome. You guys should go check out Sebas. You should go check out Imase. You should go check out Shiori. You should go check out Asa. You should go check out what else came in? Nagi. You should go check out Nagi. You should go check out who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody else. Even so many, yeah. You should go check out who else came in. Oh God. Oh God. Laughing face. Wait. You should go check out Miko. You should go check out Miko. You should go check out hold on, I'm scrolling up. I can't see chat. Give me a moment. There was too many of you guys. Asura. You should go check out Asura. You should go check out Sebas. I think that was everybody. Yushi. Yeah. Yeah. Check everyone. Check everyone. Tensei will be debuting soon, so look out for that. They're awesome. They're great. They have very good post on X. You can. Do you guys have your Twitter linked? Let me see. Yeah, they all have their Twitter links. You should go check them out. Yeah. And then I believe Miko hasn't debuted yet, so look out for them too. I know one of the Jumpstars debuted today. Forgot to check them out. But I think that was I forgot their name, but it was with the W. I forgot. But yeah, there's a lot of streamers for you guys to watch, so go support them. And everybody else in Nexas, of course, and everybody else in Jumpstart Discord. There's like over 200 of them at this point. Yeah. Alright. I hope you guys have a good night, a good sleep, sweet dreams. Make sure to drink water, okay? Stay hydrated. Don't be like me. You will get really sleepy, and it's not good. Eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, eat your dinner. Yeah. Otsu, oyasumi. Oyasumi. Yeah, of course. Yeah, eat, drink, and you eat and I don't know sleep though. I don't know what that is. And I strongly recommend you guys to watch Lazy Town. It's it's great. I watched Lazy Town last night. It was awesome. It brought memories. Don't mean sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish anymore. I know Japanese. Yeah, okay. Bye bye. Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night.